Well, Wrestlemania is in the books. A really, really, really long book. Matt saw a movie for once, and other things happened this week. It's the Triple M podcast coming in your ear holes. Hit the beats. Hey everybody, welcome to the Triple M podcast. My name is Alex Long, coming from Halifax, Nova Scotia. With me as always are Matthew Vaughn. Hi Matt. And William Vaughn. Hi Will, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, very well, thank you very much.
Oh, very good.
Matt had a stroke, so we apologize for any
That sounded pretty good.
sound issues.
I'm feeling much better now, all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very sudden. I don't know.
Like speed, you just went.
Almost like peer pressure got me going.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Good to have you back among the living, Matt.
Thank you.
Same to you, Alex. Yeah.
I never left the living that I know of.
That you know of?
Yeah, I drink out of a mug that says "Death Before Decaf," so never been even close to.
Now, is that mug a gift, or is that mug something you purchased?
It's a GIF.
It's a
not
GIF?
a gift. Yeah, no, it was. It was a signing bonus.
A signing bonus for real? For real?
Well, it's okay. It's the thing I do. I'm a managing editor of hustleandgrind.com.
Oh, shout out!
Sell it online.
Shout out!
Get a Death Before Decaf mug. Only $13.
You guys have an online store? Mm-hmm. Do you get it from Squarespace?
No. WP Engine. Check it out.
WP Engine, check it out.
WordPress engine. WordPress runs most of the internet, including the New York Times.
I'm glad you're warning us, because when they take over the world,
They're Skynet.
will be available. Coffee, fuel, hustler, swag, epic gear, and lifestyle design for the digital hustler.
Say Epicure? Oh, Epic Gear.
Oh,
Whatever.
It's my favorite
Let's just
Greek
watch
philosopher,
Will talk so bad.
Epicurus.
What do you guys want to start this week? Matt, I guess we'll start with
Sure.
you. You saw a
Matt,
film.
let's start with you.
Not the film I expected, because there is a Jake Gyllenhaal movie playing at the Oxford, and I'm surprised you haven't gone to see it yet.
Oh, like Demolition?
Yeah.
Demolition, I think is how it's
Oh, yeah, I saw a
pronounced.
different... I did see Source Code, but that's not what I'm talking about. I saw a different movie in theaters.
Yes. But why didn't you see Demolition is the first question.
I hadn't heard as
Jakey
much
G.
about it, and when I did hear about it, I heard it wasn't very good.
It's got, it's fresh.
Fresh to death.
Certified fresh to diff. Certified fresh. Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah.
Maybe if it pops up on Netflix, type check it out.
Yeah.
I had actually the latest numbers have it at 50% on there, which is actually not. Unfortunately, it's
That is not
fresh.
certified fresh. Maybe it just had a good IMDb rating or something. I can't remember.
Actually, Hardcore Henry is 1% above that.
Man,
Yeah, that's bad.
You
I
too.
don't. I
didn't
just
see
want to see that
Hardcore.
movie just to see it. I don't care if it's good. I think that's what this movie is trying to do.
I just think
Tim
that
Ross' South African accent isn't very good.
I just think sitting there for however long the movie is, probably 90 minutes of a first-person shooter would be too long. It'd be a nice
What? Don't you want that whole scene from Doom to be all you see?
all the
for 90
movie?
minutes?
yeah, because
Get to see my boy Charlton.
oh, is he in there?
Charlton? Yeah, he's like the guy.
He's your guy.
He's not my guy.
I was like, that's an interesting choice.
He's not your guy. He's
That's
the
an
guy.
interesting choice of a guy.
Interesting choice of guy, I would say, yeah.
All right, on to the Bora film. Matt, tell me about the movie.
So,
Don't tell Will. Will, earmuffs.
so I was...
Muff your ears, Will.
I was excited. I was especially excited after I
see you.
read a profile about the director in Wired magazine. Jeff Nichols was profiled.
Now, did you read it in Wired magazine or did you read it online?
I read it at Wired.com, but it was in
There
Wired
you go.
magazine. I think. I don't know. I actually don't know if it was or not. Jeff Nichols was the director of Take Shelter from I want to say 2011, which I think is still on Netflix and is really good. Starring Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon's actually in every single Jeff Nichols movie.
Jessica
Chastain.
Chastain.
Yes.
I think Sam Shepard's in all his movies too.
Oh, interesting. Maybe. He also did Mud. Mud, which with
What Matthew McConaughey considers to be his best movie.
yeah, sure.
Not Dallas Buyers.
Pretty
Club.
good.
Someone told a story about him being in like the University of Texas, like the Longhorns locker room. They're like, "Hey, Matthew, what's your favorite movie you ever made?" He's like, Mud. They're like,
Yeah, I
"Alright."
saw that. There was on. There was like He was at a practice.
Maybe you were the one that told me this story.
He was just at a Longhorns practice, and it was just like he's like, all right, and everyone was going crazy for it. They're like, whoa! They're like, ask Matthew McConaughey some questions. Like, what's your favorite movie? Mud.
Mud. That's a good name for it. I just wish.
I've had that movie sitting on my PVR
that whole movie
forever.
is him like doing like a Hodor thing where all I can say is his name, just like Mud.
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Mud's a great movie to watch in the dead of summer. It's got a great summer thing going on,
especially if you're in Louisiana.
Do I sound better now? I have my gain all the way down.
Sure.
To be honest, you haven't said much this cast, so not really.
Folks, if you can write in and tell us how you think Will's doing, let us know. Checking my email. Nope, no one's writing in.
No.
P.O. Box.
P.O. Box. 1138, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
You used to be able to write into MIT.
McGruff, Chicago, Illinois,
60652.
So stupid.
I like how we all know.
Yeah, you take a bite out of crime. Hey, we're trying to take a bite out of crime over here.
So the Jeff Nichols movie that I saw was called Midnight Special. Midnight Special.
Watch the trailer before this podcast just to see what it was about. Looks similar to his movies, but also different.
Yeah, definitely. It's got a
Joel Edgerton's in it.
It's got a different little edge to it. I'm trying not to talk too much about any details of it because for reasons I'll explain a little later on.
Yeah, it seems like a story-sensitive movie.
Yeah, so like I was really excited to see it.
But I mean, if you've seen the trailer, it gives.
Try not to watch the. I suggest not watching the trailer.
Ah, crap! I already did.
That's okay. So I was looking up to see like when it was going to come out here. I wasn't sure when. Pardon me. And so just on a whim on Thursday, I just checked to see if it was going to be here next week, and it was. And I was like, oh, crazy. And I was like, wait, will it also be here on Friday? And yes, it also was here on Friday. So I went to go see it on Friday, and I've been kind of selling it to Emily for a little while. So we should check it out. And then I was like, Emily, it's out on Friday. Let's do this. And it was great because I told Emily nothing about the movie except that it was by this director. Michael Shannon was in it. And Adam Driver. I think I said Kylo Ren because maybe his name escaped me at the time. And so we get the tickets, and they rip the tickets and tell us where to go. And just as we turn to go into the movie theater is where Emily first sees the poster for the movie. So she's seen nothing so far. So the first thing she sees is like a poster with like a kid reading a comic book under a sheet.
Blanket.
And I think his eyes are glowing blue. And so she was like, huh, what is this?
That's not what I expected.
So she had her initial reaction was pretty funny. It was also funny because I was going in, I was like, this is interesting because this is like an indie movie, but it's also just rated PG. So like, what trailers am I going to get? And the answer to that is a bunch of indie movie trailers, including a really bad-looking Tom Hanks movie where he falls in love with a woman in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that looks so terrible.
Oh, it looks really bad.
What's it called? Like the King of...
Oh, like the King of the Hologram or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Is this going to be what was that movie that was named after a guy? Come on, IMDb. I don't
Forrest Gump.
Much of this yeah, that was the one. Oh god, that was terrible. No, it was Larry Crown.
Larry Crown. Because
Larry Crown Part 2. Electric.
I thought it was by I think David Eggers it was a book inspired by him, and all his books sounded insanely pretentious, so I wasn't too interested in that. So Midnight Special. The title means nothing as far as I can tell. There was something I kind of like made up during the movie, but then it turns out it's the name of the song that runs during the credits at the end. So I'm like, all right, I guess it doesn't really mean anything at all. I really enjoyed great actors, really really great actors. Michael
Shannon's fantastic.
He's so good. Michael Shannon is so intense constantly. I don't know how people who act in movies with him aren't terrified 100% of the time because he's just glowering the whole time. I was watching the movie. One of my thoughts was like, is Michael Shannon handsome?
It's a good question, actually.
No, he's not.
I know.
Emily said rugged.
Question.
She was like, rugged, baby.
He's got a little. Yeah, I mean, he's
a
little bumpy.
He's got a very charactery face.
He does. It was also one of those things watching the movie. I'm like, oh, do I get to watch Michael Shannon movies for the next 30 or 40 years? And I was like, how great will he be when he's like an insane, crazy old man?
Why do you ask yourself that?
I ask questions like that.
I don't know how much further he can get.
I think about
from crazy.
I think about movies with Bill Murray, and I'm like, ooh, we do not have a lot of Bill Murray left.
All right.
No,
why?
we
do you know
don't.
something we don't know?
Unless,
no,
maybe his birthday.
But he could go Bill Murray. He could go like, I don't know,
There's
walking.
not a lot of
like,
Bill Murray.
there's a lot of routes to go.
Yeah.
And some actors just don't age very well.
Yeah. So Michael Shannon's really good in it. Michael Shannon is very intense. It's a movie that is very like, it is not interested in telling you everything up front.
Good.
It's a movie that you really have to kind of work with it to piece things together. And it was only until like halfway through the movie that I was like, okay, I think I had the sense of what everyone's trying to do here. I think I get what's happening to an extent. It's not a movie that you'll leave being like, everything makes sense to me. You just it won't.
Babe, that wrapped up nicely.
Yeah, some movies do, and you're like, that's fine. But it's like, I don't know, if you're comfortable with an air of mystery in a movie, which I am, it was good. It was really enjoyable that way.
You're quite comfortable with an air of mystery in a movie because your favorite movie is Zodiac.
A movie that the most compelling end, like the best way it wraps up is Jake Gyllenhaal leaves a hardware store going, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
That's more or less how that ends.
Well, it's just like my favorite movie is No Country for Old Men, and that doesn't wrap up in a pretty bow either.
Sorry, and funny that you mentioned that movie specifically because I was just thinking of the Walk on Life project. Or Walk of Life project with Zodiac.
Holy roller.
The guy's
what
like,
I say.
It could have been that guy. Okay, now I'm understanding you are pointing to this second gentleman here. I don't know. It could have been either one. He has a rounder face.
Woohoo! Actually, that I think I really want to do Walk of Life for the end of Midnight Special because it ends kind of perfectly for it. I'm going to try to do that when it comes out. I'm going to do that. One of the things I love about this movie, it's really well shot. It looks really, really nice. Really nice, and I think
I can see that from the trailer too.
Yeah,
it looks awesome.
Jeff Nichols, he's like he's a Southern guy. Like he likes.
No
kidding. Yeah, so he's a Southern guy. So what? What?
All his movies take place in like the South.
Yeah, so like it's nice to like. I always say the South is always like a really interesting looking place. I think they did a really good job. He shot it at like really interesting times as well. Like it's like just before dusk and just kind of really interesting lights. It's funny to watch a movie and be like, oh, the lighting of the scene is like compelling. Enough for that to be like a big reason. One of the last things I'll touch on is I really like Adam Driver in this movie a lot. He's got a really good character. He's really interesting, and it's funny because the movie could kind of veer off in a couple different directions, and afterwards everybody was like, I kind of wish they went that way with it, like different than the way they did. It's like a different movie you could make out of like the I don't know, kind of the. I don't want to say religious because it's not like it was like a religious movie, but like it dealt with like kind of cults a little bit.
Culty stuff to it, yeah.
So she was kind of interested in that. One of the only problems was that at one point in the movie, there's Adam Driver's interviewing a member of this cult, and all the ladies kind of dress in what you would consider like a Amishy kind of like big dress, Mennonite sort of dressing. But this lady looked exactly like a character from Kimmy Schmidt, like how they dress in that. So she's just
coming out with a new season.
Yeah, this
Friday.
year. This year. It is this year.
This year and this week.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Not wrong.
You do have the right to be an attorney, technically. Yeah.
What is that from?
21 Jump Street. Did you say you have the right to? You do have the right to be an attorney, technically.
But yeah, go see Midnight Special. It's a pretty interesting movie. It's playing in the Bayers Lake right now at the Scotiabank Theater there.
It's playing
That's a really
here.
high flyover. Is it in stadium seating or not? That's what I want to know. Okay, because I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane and it was in stadium seating.
Whenever I go to a movie that's not in stadium seating, I'm like, what is this?
And it's only at Bears. Not sorry, I shouldn't say only at Bears Lake, but Dartmouth Crossing, the three main theaters in the Halifax metro area. Dartmouth Crossing, all stadium seating. Park Lane, all stadium seating, and then the first theater in Nova Scotia to have stadium seating is Bears Lake, but it probably only has, or Scotiabank Theater, I guess it's called now. Yeah. Probably only has 3 or 4 theaters with stadium seating in it.
Maybe. They haven't retrofitted the other ones?
No.
It's playing here. I was going to watch it on Saturday night, but we ended up staying in and playing cards.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, all of us, 3 of us. Remember, guys? You
guys
flew
go
over.
fish.
I'm so glad I took all your money.
What's it look like?
Does it look like?
It's
so out of 10, Matt, what are you giving that movie?
It's playing at the Boozy Theater here.
What do I give it? 9.
Ooh, wow.
That's high score.
Sure.
You really like
Yeah,
it.
why not?
That's a high score.
And you probably had high expectations going into it, too.
I did. It was
the Nichols Shannon.
It was pretty high. It was hyped pretty hard online by the folks who've seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one that had a good Rotten Tomatoes rating.
It should definitely have a good one, as far as I know.
I always find that interesting where,
no
like,
hardcore Henry.
how Jeff Nichols, like, he's a good director, but when you do Take Shelter, I don't know what he did before Take Shelter. That, to me, is, like, his first feature. So you do Take Shelter, and then that gives you the momentum to get, you show that to McConaughey. You're like, and now there's this new one called Mud, if you want to be in that. And he's like, totally. And then you can kind of snowball from there. And same with the guy who did Fruitvale Station and then turning that into Creed. But getting that first movie and getting, Michael Shannon and Jessica Chastain in it is always interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, he had a movie before that called Shotgun Stories, also starring Michael Shannon, but it was quite a bit smaller.
But even then, how do you go about?
He did that movie, and then Michael Shannon was like, "Oh, I'll be in all your movies from now on." Which is why he is. Actually, Jeff Nichols has another movie coming out this year.
I saw this called Loving.
With also Michael Shannon and also Joel Edgerton, because as soon as this movie ended, Joel Edgerton was like, "Yep, I'll do that too. I'll be in all your movies."
Yep, I will also do that.
If you're doing another movie, you can throw me in that one too, please.
It's like,
actually, we were watching Saturday Night Live, and Russell Crowe came out, and when he started giving monologues, Emily was like, "Whoa, what? Since when?"
Really?
Didn't know he was
an Aussie? She said since when, which I loved. I was like, I think since the beginning.
Since when?
I was telling my roommate.
Your roommate.
I am really excited for that him and Ryan Gosling movie. I can't remember what it's called.
Nice Guys.
Yeah, but it's by what's his name?
Shane Black.
Shane Black. There you go. I know.
So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah,
Looks like basically Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Part 2.
Yeah.
Starring Ryan Gosling. And,
which I think I'd sign up for.
Oh, I'm signed up.
I'd sign up for that.
I'm signed up.
Whatever it's called. The Nice Guys is what it's called, right? Is that what it's
Yes,
called?
I believe so.
Yeah,
that also
that
was
sounds
there
right.
before.
I missed SNL. How was the episode?
I only saw one sketch. It was interesting.
Which sketch did you see, Alex?
The date one, and only like half of it, where he's like an old professor.
Yes.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Hit one beat constantly.
Hit one beat okay.
Repeatedly.
Yep.
There you go. Shout out to.
But he's always been Australian. Anyone interested in the life of Russell Crowe? Oh, nice mug, Will. Always been Australian.
I do find myself quite handsome as well.
Yeah, is the beard coming back FT, or is it just you're getting lazy?
Well, that's a beard for all those listening.
It's my strike beard. Whenever I don't work, I'm just like, I'm just gonna grow a beard. No one's hiring
You
me.
think it'd be like way longer then?
Oh, Soldier Boy, don't beat it. Go, watch me crank that. Watch me go. Watch me crank that. Soldier Boy.
Why Soldier Boy?
Soldier Boy is an interesting choice.
Because I want to crank that. Obviously. Well, yeah.
Don't love that choice, Will.
Who doesn't want to crank that? Well, then why don't you crank that, Soldier Boy? Okay.
Yeah. All right.
You know.
Should I talk about 10? Maybe I'll get 10 Cloverfield Lane out of the way before we unleash Will on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say much.
I love it.
Oh, really?
Will has been.
I'm gonna be quite restrained. I can restrain myself. I mean, I'm reading the room. I can tell. I'm not gonna force anything.
No, that's fine.
Upon
I think one time you talked about the Royal Rumble leading up to the Royal Rumble for like 40 minutes, but that's fine. It's fine. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I won't talk about it too much because you guys talked about it on the podcast. I think spoilerific because I didn't listen to it.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you can listen to it.
You can definitely tell it was two movies.
Yeah. Well,
you can definitely tell they took the original script and they're like,
that's Cloverfield.
Let's add this in. And
what?
Then
You think it's that? I don't think it's egregious though.
I think it's pretty egregious.
Really? There was
at one point she's getting like it's all her underground with John Goodman, and then she just all of a sudden is facing an alien and getting hauled up to a ship that she throws a flaming bottle of scotch into and explodes the whole ship. That's a very long leap.
But except the fact that the whole movie is talking about that.
It's not.
I find it so like I think Will you wrote something on Facebook about it about 10 Cloverfield Lane, and someone was like, but like I hear you should like walk out like 20 minutes before the end, and I was like no, like you can't like
you can't just choose what part.
It's
of the
so
movie
stupid.
you
Like
see.
okay,
No, you have to take the movie as
yeah,
a whole.
and like
But it also wasn't written as that from the beginning.
Yeah, I know, but the scripts changed. They rewrote it and changed it to that.
Yeah.
Did you read
Yeah.
it? There's a really great article about the difference between the original, the Seller script, and what it became.
Okay.
You should check it out. It's really interesting.
You should send it to me so I don't have to look
Yeah,
for it.
maybe it will.
Send it to me so I don't have to look for
But
it.
anyway, yeah,
Actually,
like
that's fair enough.
if you're going to a movie called has the word Cloverfield in it, you're gonna get some sci-fi. You're gonna get some
there's
sci-fi.
nothing wrong with
No.
that. I'm just saying it's very much two different movies. I think.
You don't think
really
they did a
go
good job
together,
of putting it together?
Not really. They don't do a terrible job, but they don't do a great job of it. And I enjoyed the movie, and my buddy Matt, who I saw it with, also enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
But yeah,
It certainly is a real.
It takes a leap.
It is a real. What do I want to say? Splitting point. Really? Is that what I want to say? Yeah. It. I like that it had
A lot of looking through windows I didn't like because I was waiting for things to jump up.
Ah,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
That's great. I love it.
I'll just kind of do the like.
Yeah, looking away pretty intentionally.
Do the super bit. This
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
yeah.
tough.
super bad look away.
A lady pops up. Of course, there has to be a woman. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Why are women so scary?
Oh, they are horrifying creatures. They are horrifying creatures. Them.
Me. Old lady and The Happening terrified me.
You saw that happening?
Horrible movie. Don't ever watch it.
I wanna-
She scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. All right. Good. Well, it's good that you enjoyed
Anyway,
it. It wasn't a wasted night at the
recommendation
Cineplex.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I just
No, I'm
felt
saying.
like in hindsight, you look back at it and you're like, that was very much like two different. I don't know if they pieced it together as well as they wanted to or whatever. John Goodman's fantastic in it. Mm-hmm. Fantastic in it.
Oh, he's amazing. Oh, and you know what? I saw an interview with him afterwards. He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, because he is. I mean,
big in
first
that
things
movie.
first. I'm the realist, but he is very big in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Very big.
But he looks great. He looks great after that.
But then there's also things about him, which I guess is the point of the movie they don't totally find out about. So, I mean, that's kind of the point of the whole thing. Is you're like, is he? Or am I making assumptions
Is
here
he
that
or
the
am I?
characters are making?
But they
What's going on
do
here?
they do drop some clues about how it's going to kind of end, like what exactly the reason they're underground. They do kind of drop some clues of it during the movie.
Well, they drop possibilities. for
possibilities,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
They drop things that make him sound like he's just out and out crazy.
Yes.
Where it's like, actually, he was.
Well, any doomsday
Kinda right.
prepper, I think, is looked as out and out crazy.
So I have no regrets. My life was spent for preparation, and I was prepared. It's just
so well
creepy.
done that way, man.
How about that part where he's like, "I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I see what," and I like to lean over to my buddy Matt and like Santa Claus.
yeah.
But it was terrifying.
Everybody's saying that, but it was great tension. It's like, I see what you're doing. I know what you're
Yeah.
doing. Santa Claus, you're Santa Claus. He's like, oh.
See what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like I said in the previous 2 shows ago, it's a nice little gem that if you need a little recommendation for people, I like it as as something to have in your quiver for a recommendation. And maybe
Yeah.
I'll add Midnight Special to that once I go see it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
I'm
yeah.
gonna check that out too. I think.
Yeah. Sounds like a good year for some science fiction-y films.
So
It was a
far.
good month.
So far.
So far. Hey, here's a Matt Vaughn transition right here. There's another science fiction-y film coming out later this year, guys. It's coming out in December. And it's related to a film franchise that, I don't want to speak for you guys, I speak for myself. I'm quite a big fan of. It's called The Star Wars. Rogue One dropped their trailer, and this is a movie that we knew was coming at the end of this year, and we didn't know really anything about it except for what it is about, and one photo of the cast just kind of standing there looking. So now we finally got some footage, and it's about a 1.5-minute trailer, and I was impressed. I'm like, yeah, it's a Star Wars episode. It's a Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars story, technically, Will.
Installment, Star Wars story, yeah. What I think Disney's going to do is kind of follow, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to notice or point this out, but they're going to follow kind of like a Marvel formula where they just kind of do a movie a year, at least for the next couple of years. That's what their plan is, right?
Yeah, and just have different.
Just have it be about different things.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Timelines, I guess.
Yeah, I like
Same
that.
timeline, but different points in the timeline.
Because Star Wars is a movie, and it's nice. It was nice to get books and comic books and video games and stuff, but it's also very cool to have more Star Wars movies coming out. So,
Well, it's funny. I was looking on IMDb this morning.
yeah.
I can't remember when, but it was like top 10 shows and top 10 movies like people access on IMDb, and it's like number 1, Batman vs Superman. Number 2, Captain America: Civil War. Number 3, something else. Number 4, Suicide Squad. And I think like 6 out of the 10 or 7 out of the 10 were superhero related. And then on shows, it was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Gotham. Flash, Arrow, like there's so many superhero things out right now. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't keep track of anything.
Yeah, and people but the
5
point is-
superhero shows that I just mentioned. I don't know. There's probably other ones, and then like 90 movies.
and people are going for them.
Yeah. So Star Wars is gonna have the same ability. They'll probably have a TV show too, like the Adventures of I don't know.
Did I tell you how I
Chewbacca.
got?
They have like cartoons.
They have
Yeah, but I
Rebels,
mean like
yeah.
an actual like ABC.
I think George years and years
Yeah.
ago wanted to do a live action series.
Oh, Deadpool is number 3. Sorry,
And
guys.
they might, they might eventually do that on ABC or something because Disney owns both the Star Wars and ABC.
When
There
did
was
X-Men Apocalypse come out? Is that this
Yeah.
this summer.
That is this year. May.
There was I got not technically on April Fool's Day. It was like March 31st,
got, sucker.
but it was an April Fool's Day joke. It's like, guys, come see this trailer for this new Star Wars Netflix series. I was like, oh man, and it was it looked like a fan film. It looked very cheap, and it didn't look very good. And I was like, oh no, really? And it was called Star Wars. It was the Rage of Maul. It was like a Darth Maul like series, and I was like, I don't know about this. And then the next day, it's like, here's a list of all the April Fool's jokes. It's like, some people thought this was a real show for Netflix, the Star Wars Rage of Maul. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God that's not real.
Too
It's
bad.
like,
I haven't even
really
got the
bad.
50 Shades of Grey trailer.
What?
I said, I'm kidding.
You know,
What did you
They
say?
did fan make a 50 Shades of Grey trailer like 2 years ago, and everyone was like, yes. And then they announced the cast. Everyone was like, no, I wanted that fan people.
Well, do you remember the fake Force Awakens trailer that they came out with?
No, I don't think I ever saw it.
I watched that, and I was like, I think this is fake. And it totally was.
I think it's fake, aka I really, really hope this is fake.
Because they had a soundbite from Harrison Ford. He's like, any room in this fight for an old war horse? And I was like, how did they get that? Has to be real because that's really him saying it. And I was like, oh no, it's just his line from Anchorman 2. Like, that's where they got that from.
Well, they can do lots of things, like how they got Alec Guinness in The Force Awakens, was just afraid, and it just takes Ray.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor was talking about that on some show,
Graham
some
Norton.
British show,
Yeah,
and he
it's-
could not remember his Graham Norton, right? Could remember. James Corden took the style perfectly to the U.S. By the way, just like let's just have everyone out at once and just go. For
Yeah.
it.
Shout out to Matt's doppelganger, James Gordon.
Oh my god,
Guys, come
Great
on.
dude.
his doppelganger.
I hope.
That's a fine.
Not really.
Fine
Who do
man
you
to look
want us
like.
to say you look like Jack White?
Yeah, strangely enough, no.
Reaction,
I want to say something real quick about.
You can
Just as long as it's
say it
real
as
quick.
slow as you want. Say it like you said at the beginning of the podcast.
Hell yeah.
I keep seeing online people saying, it'd be so great to get a Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. And
You had 3
that
of them.
sounds terrible.
Yeah,
I
is that-
didn't like him
that's-
as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I thought he was fine.
He was okay, but it's just like,
What if we get someone in between to have like
Let's
the
have Michael.
lost,
Let's have
like
Michael
Obi-Wan
Shannon.
the Lost?
yeah,
Years?
I don't know. Michael Shannon. Is that what you said, Will?
Michael, as if Michael Shannon is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now you need someone in between their.
Maybe
ages.
like a Michael Shannon type? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think Michael Shannon.
maybe
could play.
like
I think
if Michael
Jeff,
Shannon's available.
if Jeff Nichols directs a movie called Obi-Wan of the South,
Obi-Wan the Lost Years,
yeah, he's like, oh, these grits, runny.
and they're like, "What do we call you?" Just call me Mud.
No, McConaughey is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
all right. That's what a little about Jawas. I get taller, they stay the same size.
That's good. That's good. That's a good pull.
Did you guys see speaking of Dazed and Confused, did you guys get that Richard Linklater trailer before 10 Cloverfield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lane, that 80s movie?
Yeah.
Everybody wants some. Yeah.
It looks like it'd be all right.
It's got.
I don't think it will be because it just got advertised now. But I was like, you know what? If Dazed and Confused is kind of classic, I don't know if this will be the same. But I like me some Erling.
It looks about the same temperature
equivalent.
as that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
got Wyatt Russell in it.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's
Kurt
kid.
Russell's outrageously handsome.
That was
son.
actually really bugging me. I was like,
Is that the Zooks guy from?
from 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he has a big beard, so I was kind of confused. It's like he looks so familiar.
I loved him in 22 Jump Street.
He looks like if you mixed Kurt Russell, and
By the way, Kurt Russell looks great with the beard too. And
oh, I'm sure he
Goldie?
does. Hateful Eight.
and yeah, oh yeah, well, it's a more of a crazy mustache.
I never saw Hateful Eight.
Yeah, you can. I mean, check it out, but don't expect anything fantastic. I think was exactly how I said my review when I went to see it. If a movie like that comes out and people aren't gushing over it, that's I think it's kind of a bad sign. Where it's like, it's a
When he tours it, he's like, "I'm touring at 65 millimeter." I'm like, I don't care about that.
Yeah, he was so into that.
To
film
quote my
format.
boy Big Sean, I don't give a darn. I don't give a darn.
I don't give a heck. Sorry, going back to the Rogue One trailer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh
It's
boy.
cool. It
Don't know
looks
where we
like-
got
It
there.
looks like Star Wars. You got AT-ATs on the beach. That looks very
Badass.
cool.
But okay,
You got the Death Star laser getting installed, which did bring to mind the
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn standing there looking cool. Did bring to mind the Patton Oswalt thing where he's like, I don't care how they put the toilets in. I don't care. I just love the things I love. But that shot was very cool. It's like
Picture of John Boyd's.
I was moderately excited before the trailer, and now I'm quite a bit more because I'm like, oh yeah, the Star Wars stuff. Like, it's amazing how easily I can get got by these things, and some stuff we haven't seen before, like Forrest Whitaker, and Donnie Yen.
Something.
I'm a little worried he'll distract, but
Yeah.
I'll
Fair enough.
put up with it.
I was watching it,
In the Forrest Whitaker eye.
and Mon Mothma is played by the same woman who played her in episode 3.
That's what I was thinking too.
She's in episode 3. Wow.
Yeah,
Who's Mon Mothma?
she's the lady that is talking.
She's like, the Emperor's made a critical attack error, and the time for our attack has come.
I don't know. Felicity Jones. She cute though. I've never
Yeah, she
seen
is cute.
the Theory of Everything, so I should probably get on that.
You can see that, yeah.
Thanks, man.
See Eddie. Well, you can see why Eddie won the Oscar.
The Oscar.
But Felicity
Ben
Jones.
Mendelsohn,
I do wonder how Eddie Redmayne won an Oscar playing a man suffering from I don't know what the disease is called.
Garrick's
ALS.
AL.
Yeah,
Well,
how did he win an Oscar in a biopic about a sick guy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, spoiler alert: he wasn't always sick.
Whoa, hey, come on.
Sorry.
That's not enough.
It said
That's not
spoiler
enough
alert
of a
before.
spoiler alert.
It's like, don't be offended. I'm not racist, but this is what I got to say. And then you can't be offended by it, right?
Not legally.
Not racist, but
the
this
catch.
Chronicle
Legally,
Herald's
say legally.
article on Syrian refugees is fantastic.
Oh goodness.
Shots fired.
Shot. Well,
Good
no.
thing no one
I
listens
have
to
not
this.
read this article, sirs.
We can't. It's been removed.
Sorry. What?
Oh, it
Once,
has. Okay.
but Rogue One trailer has Ben Mendelsohn in it.
Ben Mendelsohn standing there looking awesome.
And awesome. And Mads Mikkelsen is in that movie, but we haven't seen him yet.
Mads
Mads is in
Mikkelsen's
it
in
too?
Oh, sorry, guys. Yes, he is.
He's gonna be evil.
What?
He's gonna be evil.
Is he gonna play like the baby emperor or something?
I just want him to play a good guy so bad, but he
Baby
definitely
Emperor.
It,
I never saw his Hannibal, but Hannibal's supposed to be really good.
supposed to be, yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah. But so when's this come out? This comes out in
December.
December of this year?
It's like a day before The Force Awakens came out last year. It's like December 17th. I
Okay,
believe.
and then The Force Awakens Part 2 comes out
Force Awakens 2 comes
December
out.
2018. Was
Yep.
supposed to be May 2018.
It was supposed to be May, and then they
Yeah.
moved it to December, which I like.
May.
Because
Someone tweeted at Ryan Johnson said,
Yep.
"Is BB-8 going to be in Episode 8?" And he said something to the likes of, "I think I'd be massacred if he wasn't."
right?
Yeah.
Well, he's also
Yeah, no, I'm going to take the characters that were living at the end of that movie and probably put them in this one.
Where's Chewie and BB-8 and 3PO and R2? Oh, they're all.
How's your BB-8, by the way, Matt? He's still hanging in
Yeah.
there?
I'm looking at him
Still
now.
be-
He's doing well. He's poking. He's looking out the window.
Still bleeping and blooping around.
He is.
I'm surprised he's not smashed the number of times he fell off a coffee table, that idiot.
He's just a ball with the dome on top of it.
Move,
You're
ball.
just a ball with a dome on top of it.
First, you say I look like James Corden. Now you're calling me a ball with a dome on top.
They have a fun feature on the Force Awakens Blu-ray.
Okay,
How they got BB-8 to exist and live, and it's as cheap as a guy with BB-8 on a stick running behind him, and the puppeteer is like, "It's one of the hottest jobs I've had to do is keep up with this BB-8 droid. It's been very challenging." He's just like, because so many scenes have BB-8 just zipping around.
So what?
Fast.
Sorry, say that again. What's he do?
This guy has BB-8 on a stick. He has
Yeah.
the ball on a stick, and he just runs behind it. And then they just edit the guy out.
He's like green, right?
I thought it was a practical droid, though.
It's practical.
It is practical, but there's a guy who has to hold it. Like, it's not. They had a bunch of
Because
different
he came
BB-8s.
out at the Oscars.
Yeah.
They have different BB-8s given the scene they had to shoot. Right? They have the
Okay.
BB-8 with the light in them and the BB-8 thing, and sometimes he was CG. And they had a lighter BB-8 for when Rey hands it to Finn, and they hide under the floor of the Falcon.
But he falls over because of BB-8's weight. Explain.
Yes, but his performance, he was like, my goodness, this is such a heavy droid. And he spent days practicing.
What's that thing in The Simpsons where the nerd's like, he hits 2 different ribs but produces the exact same sound?
I
The
hope
same
it was supposed
rib
to...
producing 2 different sounds.
It was supposed to believe this is a magical... I certainly hope someone got fired for that blunder. Let me ask you a question. Why would somebody with a shirt that says genius at work be watching a kid show? I retract my statement.
What the show are they talking? Oh,
They're talking about Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That comes up
Oh god, I get such a
between
kick out of that.
me and Ian, friend of the show. That comes up so often when we're just like, I certainly hope someone got fired for that blunder. Anytime there's like a slight mistake in anything we're nerding out over. So yeah, The Force Awakens Blu-ray was out. I've seen it twice more since then. I was very happy to have it at home.
How many times have you seen The Force Awakens total?
It's only 5. I saw it with you guys. Was the 3rd time we saw it in IMAX.
It's only 5.
It's only 5, and it's wonderful. I love it now. It's wonderful.
Still like it, eh?
Yeah, no, I love it. I've upgraded. Love it very much, and the Blu-ray is very nice. There's a 4-part documentary in it that I haven't seen yet. It's about 90 minutes. Kind of the making of deal. There's no commentary on it, which is a bit of a bummer. But the deleted scenes
too busy for that, man.
were the first thing I plugged in. I was like, all right, let's check out these deleted scenes. And there was one kind of cool
Just
one.
Adam Driver like cutting his hair in the mirror, just being like,
it was him being undercover as the undercover boss of the Starkiller base. See what's in your head.
I'm Kylo Ren. Yeah, we know.
There's one kind of cool deleted scene with involving Kylo Ren, but the rest were like, yeah, I could definitely see why all these got cut out. And it was the first time, really, with The Force Awakens, I was like, oh yeah, George has nothing to do with this. Because I'm so used to watching these Star Wars documentaries with George being like, well, I was trying to, do the thing. And now this one is like, oh yeah, everyone's like, yeah, we tried to, take George's vision and blah, blah, blue, and do this whole
George's
thing.
vision. Throw that out.
Throw that out. We took George's ideas for the next 3 movies. We said, thanks. Let's put that
Burn
right
them
up.
in effigy, actually.
We'll put that right up on the fridge. And there you go. But for me, because Star Wars was always like a home video thing, just because we were too young when the movies came out originally. All of them.
Yeah,
too
too young when the movies came out originally, a.k.a. none of us existed.
None of us existed. We were too young.
Yeah.
We were minus years old.
We were negative years old.
So it was always something that we enjoyed at home, and I was glad to sit down with The Force Awakens and have it. Because that was one of the bummers watching it in theaters, was like, you left the theater and you're like, oh yeah, now I don't have that movie. Wish I had it. Why don't I have this movie?
Alex is acting like the dumb thing.
I left the movie being like, right, I can't bring that. I can't watch that immediately.
I no longer get
again.
I didn't get the super ticket. That was my mistake.
Oh my gosh.
You
Yeah,
guys
those
didn't
are so
upgrade.
dumb.
You guys didn't upgrade
No, those
to
are
the
dumb.
super ticket? Get an
No.
exclusive free. What?
Upgrade. Get 500 scene points.
You get
spend
500
$16 or more dollars to get a digital copy of this movie.
500 scene points. I mean, scene points don't just grow on trees. You can't just go to your My Stuff folder. And
No, I
you're
forgot to go to my Stuff folder.
yeah, go to your My Stuff.
Yeah, man. It was
No,
after Midnight Special. It was tough because I was like, or before it rather, because I was like, well, the only people who know about this movie are film buffs, and I'm going head to head with them in in time play.
In time play.
So-
I hate time players like be on the majority and
That's not
win
fair.
points. You're like, that's stupid.
Yeah, which one do you like more?
Although they added something to it that tells you stats. So apparently I was the 944th best time player in Nova Scotia. Which seemed unlikely because I was like, I think I usually get first place.
There was some game in Batman v Superman. I was like third place for the longest time, and then there was some like game where you had to like shoot the things on the screen, which never works very well. And I wasn't watching my score. My friend was like, "Yeah, I was just watching the game, and I watched your score go down, 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 down." It was like third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 45th. Like, just
I'm
decrease.
400. I'm the 452 and 80,000th ranked player.
What?
Well, it just goes by total points, and I don't like the only one that has is Bears Lake, and I don't go there that often. So 7,500th in Nova
Where
Scotia.
can I find you? Where can you find your rating?
I don't know.
In your
I mean,
stuff,
what
though,
you're look. Alex is currently looking at his phone and he's saying, "I don't know."
Oh,
I don't know. Come on.
Oreo.
it's on one of the
Here we
things.
go.
Hit the there you go. Hit the
man.
Got
star,
it.
My rankings.
I'm
Yeah.
2064th in Cinemac.
You were 994.
I know.
The second.
I dropped
down
What
significantly.
happened?
Oh wow.
Jesus. I mean, jeepers. I mean, holy shit. I mean,
Oh, it tells you how you did every time.
42 minutes, by the way, Matt was about.
It's
I didn't say
fine.
it. I said
41
shit.
all good.
No one
Can I
listened.
talk to you guys about a dining experience I had this week?
Don't
Oh,
say talk
yes.
about it.
I
Oh
wanna
wait,
hear about this.
you can talk. About
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Matt, talk. Hey, Matt, talk about your dining experience this week.
Ask me a question.
I had diarrhea. Sorry.
I don't know what that was.
You haven't seen that?
I don't know what you're talking-
It's like top
Oh,
10
yeah,
press
yeah,
conference
yeah,
moment,
yeah.
And they're asking a Yankees pitcher why he got out of the game. He's like this Japanese guy. He's like, I had diarrhea, and everyone starts laughing. He's like, I had diarrhea, and then all the foreigners listening. He's like, whoa.
Say it again doesn't make it better.
Like Hideki Matsuyama, that's a golfer. I don't know, something.
Like Hideki Matsuzuki Kaki.
Yeah.
It wasn't
All right,
Daisuke?
Yeah. He's not a music.
Daisuke. No, it wasn't Daisuke. It was a Yankees guy. Come on.
So I heard tell of a little place in Clayton Park. The McDonald's there, in addition to most of the McDonald's in the area, they have the touchscreen.
Well, Canada, they've been advertising this for a couple of weeks.
Apparently, they've been.
I've not heard of
So
this, by the way.
so in
really?
general, McDonald's has
so they can
touch
have
screens now where you could buy food. So you put your order in, you pay for it, you have a receipt come out with a number.
Paris, too.
You don't have to talk to anybody. There's the managers kind of wander the restaurants now. But
It's really good in foreign countries because you don't have to be like,
did you do that when you were in Europe?
Big Mac.
Oh,
yeah.
smart. Okay.
Yeah, when I had my McDonald's and beer in Paris, I was just like, oh, there's a touchscreen. This is amazing.
That's very handy.
Ugh,
See,
what's the pomme frite? Oh,
that's
God.
actually really used. I didn't even think about that, but that's like
Yeah.
takes the whole thing out of the equation.
Yeah.
So, in addition to just ordering anything, they also have something called Create Your Taste, where you can make your
Yes,
own
this
burger.
This is the new thing. They're trying to get gourmet.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit gourmet, as Alex said.
Gourmet.
And I was very excited. I told my friend Paul about it, and as soon as I brought it up, he was like, "Yep, we have to do that." So I said, "Okay, let's do that." Before we go home and finish playing Banjo-Tooie, we're gonna make.
You're still on
Nope,
that,
we
eh?
beat it. We
That's
100%ed it. Very proud.
Good.
Did
for
you?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah,
appreciate the
yeah,
dedication.
I think it probably took less than 30 hours. So we went to create your taste. Went to create your taste, and so when I walked in, like it was on the option on the screen, and one of the workers there was like, "Hey, how you doing? Like, do you know how to do this?" Like the whole time she kind of like stood over my shoulder and was like,
Oh, it was a guy? Oh, okay. It was a girl.
It was a girl, yeah.
Hey.
And so she was like, "Show me what to do," and like I could figure it out, right? It's just a giant iPad that shows burger information. I'm fine.
Burger information.
I can handle this. So you start by picking your bun. You know, you got your
Okay, Matt. You better speed this up.
you pick your bun.
Alex, you said he
Traditional
could
sesame
take
seed.
as long as he wanted.
Artisanal roll. Actually, it was brioche.
I know there
You can
was.
also do a
Don't have a pick your own bun.
A lettuce
thing
wrap.
without brioche. No, there wasn't a lettuce wrap.
lettuce
Really?
wrap is an option.
Son of a.
So and then you pick your cheese. And so there's some things that are like that cost more. So like I got like a Monterey Jack slice that costs more. But if you just get the regular McDonald's, it doesn't cost anything extra.
Oh, good.
So that costs something. You pick like your different condiments. So I got like chipotle aioli and
Chipotle
aioli, and Big Mac sauce. I also got garlic aioli, which is probably a mistake because you probably couldn't taste
Two
it.
aiolis?
I know.
That's far too much
I know.
aioli.
That's a lot of aiolis.
You can get a Chipotle burrito on your burger. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
It's wrapped though. It still has a silver wrapping on it.
Then it comes with a commemorative tote.
Pizza, and that's what I call a taco.
Taco Town. Sorry.
And you can also, you can choose like extra things to put on it, including, but not this time. There was no crumbled blue cheese, which I wanted, but didn't have it though.
Ugh, why would you want crumbled blue cheese ever?
Like from McDonald's, though.
I like crumbled blue cheese, and so
I go for crumbled blue cheese.
you finish it up.
Blue cheese is such a sharp
I like it. Blue cheese is great.
taste.
I like blue cheeseburgers.
I like goat cheese. Everyone like goat,
Goat cheese
cheese?
is
Shout out
good.
to goats.
Oh, goat cheese. I
cheese.
said goat cheese is my favorite food,
Goat
man.
cheese is great. You would think it. You look at a goat, you're like, I want to taste what comes out of it. No, you wouldn't think that.
Oh, I want to eat one.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
I don't think I look at any animal and think, I want to eat what comes out of it. I don't look like a chicken laying an egg be like, delicious.
Yeah.
Let's
What
do
are you?
this.
What's wrong with you?
Where'd that come out of?
You gotta do that. You can choose. You choose how many burger patties you want. Up to 4.
Yeah. How much extra is it for one patty?
$2. It's a bit much. And then my favorite part is at the very end where it asks how many of that burger you'd like. Just like that, you can make an insane burger, and you're like, I want 3 of these.
Give me 100.
And then so before you finish ordering, it's like, okay, now pick up a locator disc. And so it's like one of those things that at most restaurants, like if you have to wait,
This will start vibrating if you're
only instead of like you going to them, it actually just serves as a geolocator for you.
Yeah, something has that. Pandera bread? Is that a place? Panera bread?
Panera bread.
Yeah, that has that in
Oh,
Toronto.
there you go. So
They find you.
So McDonald's in Clayton Park also has that. And so you put in where it is. And the weirder part about this was if you got the combo with it, before your burger comes out, one of the workers comes out and she's like, "Hi, so did you get a Coke?" Yeah. She's like, "Okay, I'll go get it for you." And she walks over to the machines and gets the Coke for you. And then she's like, "Do you want ketchup?" You're like, "Yeah, I'll have some ketchup." And she goes over and she gets ketchup for you and brings it out and puts it in front of you.
Wow, man.
They don't want a tip, do they?
I hope
Yeah,
not.
really? I think they
Here's a
deserve
tip.
a tip.
Get the hell away from
And then
me.
so they bring it out on like a
It's
fake.
very rude.
It's almost like a wooden slab, like a cutting board almost. You would have like a Brooklyn warehouse type place, only it's plastic.
Yeah. That's what Gahan does.
Yeah, so they have that. So they brought it out and put it in front of you there. And like the fries are the same kind of fries, but they're in like a little silver basket with a handle on it. But the burger was awesome. Burger was really,
Awesome.
really good. Yeah, and it was like
I think that's a bit of a humble brag, bro. Like, because you made it.
I made
right?
it. No,
You
no
designed
kidding,
it.
man. No kidding.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back there, bro.
Yeah. So it was just
Don't break your spine.
It was kind of it was a cool idea. We overheard the waitress saying that the McDonald's that we were eating at made a ton of money off of that, more than Toronto or Montreal. Like it's making more than any of those restaurants. I'm not combined.
Because no one wants to go to McDonald's for gourmet burgers except Nova Scotians.
They'll check it out.
It's like you ever go to a 50-50 in like a big city, you're like, man, 50-50 is gonna be huge, and then it's like $16. You go to like Westboro, Saskatchewan, it's like $766,000 at this minor hockey
I'm insulted
game.
by your
50-50.
fake name for a city in Saskatchewan.
Westboro.
At least come up with elbow.
Elbow,
At
Saskatchewan.
least come up with elbow.
Butthole, Saskatchewan.
Hey.
Like Glace Bay, like their minor hockey things, like they chase the ace here is like $17 million. No one in big cities cares about that. Anyway, yeah, no, it's cool. We made more money off of that. Good for you, McDonald's. I've been really concerned about McDonald's lately, so I'm glad they're doing all right.
No, it's cool. We made more money. It's great.
Oh, good job.
Good, yeah. Anyway, that was my experience. It was good. You should try it.
I'm hard because it's like $10, right? And then you can add like bacon or like, can you add like guac?
It's actually, I think it's about $10. You could add guac. I don't know why
$9.99.
you would to a
And
burger
you can.
like
I
that.
love guacamole.
Oh,
do
guac
it.
on a burger? California
California
cheeseburger?
burger?
Yeah, bro.
But the issue I have is you have, like, say, Clayton Park, you have Flip Burger right across the road. I can go over there, get 3 Little Pigs burger for like $14
Costless.
with a combo, and it's hard to really be like, am I going to go local and spend like $1 more? Am I going to go to McDonald's and get, something that a goat crapped out?
Who cares about local?
Honestly,
do.
I don't
I've
care.
said I've been saying I've been eating too much Five Guys lately.
If a local place
No
if
such-
a local place
no
wants
such
my
thing.
business,
No
they
such
just
thing
have to be
so much.
better than the other people. Like everything else.
That's what I'm saying, though. Flip Burger is better than McDonald's.
Flip Burger's not local. There's more than one Flip Burger, isn't there?
Yeah, but I'm talking locally thawed.
Oh, whatever.
Locally sauced?
Oh, sorry.
you
local
taste the
just
difference
means it
between a
has
local-
one location? It has 2 locations in Halifax. What's your definition of
Can you
local?
taste the difference between like the cow at McDonald's or like the cow at Flipper?
I like to support local businesses.
All right, that's fine.
McDonald's is now that this new neighborhood I moved in, McDonald's is like the closest restaurant to me, and I have not been there yet. I'm saying yet. I'm not saying I'm above
Fine
going there.
restaurant. Compared to when you ate Subway every day at your
It was right
back in
beneath
the
my
day, is in
apartment.
the building. You're just like, well, I guess this is what I do now.
Downstairs. I guess I can't go grocery shopping for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Get actual food and get the Subway sub for
All right.
$2.99.
What do we get for time? We're
for
doing pretty good for
$3.99.
time.
We're doing pretty good for time.
I
Alex.
will probably out of sheer curiosity try that McDee's.
You're damn right
but
you will.
I just like, if you really like, it's like when I go to a restaurant and like, say if I go to a restaurant, I order the same thing. I'm like, this time I'm gonna switch it up, get something different. And then I get it, and I'm like, I should have just.
I know it's so tough to deviate
Should
from
have
that
just got
sort
a
of
pub
thing.
club. Should have just got a
Oh,
pub
yeah.
club. Should have been a dentist.
Should have been a dentist. Ah,
William.
I could have had a V8.
You and I saw
A movie.
a live event via a streaming service known as the WWE Network. Or
Yeah.
I saw it on the WWE Network.
And if you're a new subscriber in the United States, you get to see the show for free.
Hell no, I got it for free.
Oh.
Yeah, I read an article in the New York Times that said they went from 1.22 million subscribers to 1.82 million subscribers.
Oh, that's huge for them.
Well, but how many, you're going
How
to
many
see
gonna
like a
stay
70%
subscribed?
drop off at least. Especially
Yeah,
that
because-
WrestleMania.
When they had when they first came out with the network, they had like a 6-month commitment.
Yeah.
They don't even have that now.
No, they don't have it now.
Oh.
It's totally like other streaming service, because I don't think Netflix has a commitment,
No.
does it at all? You can just be
No,
like,
and Spotify doesn't either. Like, you get Spotify 3 months for 99 cents. Or like Apple Music 3 months for free, but you don't pay anything for it after the fact.
what about Tidal? What's the deal with Tidal? You get Tidal?
Tidal is...
Who
I don't know.
cares?
Like, I just want to listen to Formation without having to, like, YouTube it. Can I just listen to Formation, like, on my own time?
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Drake dropped 2 new songs. Can't listen to those because they're not on Spotify yet. It's baloney.
It was bull oni.
They're on Apple, though, so I'm sure it'll be on Spotify. But
So-
I think it's going to be a really good album. Anyway.
How was your experience, Alex? Where did you go? See, saw it at a friend's place?
Yeah,
Big group?
Brahma's place. Yeah. There's
group?
probably, like, five of us. None of us watch wrestling.
5 voracious current WWE fans.
Yeah. We're all wondering where Brutus the Barber Beefcake is.
Yeah, where is Ed Leslie?
Yeah.
Get Ed Leslie up in this.
Is that Brutus the Barber Beefcake's real name?
Ed Leslie? Oh
Yeah. You should not know that quickly offhand.
Oh, come on.
For the wreck.
FDR.
FDR.
I'm the founder of the Vancouver chapter of the Ed Leslie fan
Oh
club.
boy.
Oh boy.
You guys
and
didn't
also
know
the
that?
only member.
Of course, it's known as its other name, Elf C.
Elf C.
Elf C. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Ed Lewis fan club. Come
Leslie.
on. What did I
Lewis.
say? Lewis?
Whoever that is.
Talk. Construction noise. Lewis.
Wow, he said about 25. Lewis. He said about 25 different ring names. So Alex did mention it was a long show. It was
Oh my god, it was long.
so outrageously long. It was, first of all,
It started
most-
at 8 o'clock.
it started at, yes.
Atlantic
I was
time.
going to say, it's way worse over there.
Yeah.
Because
Everything's
it
way
starts,
worse over here. The NCAA basketball game doesn't start till 10 p.m.
Yeah.
It's way worse in Nova Scotia. Here it started at 4 p.m. And
Plus, if you're there live, you have an hour pre-show, which had
You have
a
a 2
tag
hour
match.
pre-show.
Yeah. So, like, if you're there live, that's a 7-hour show.
if you were there the whole weekend and you went
Yeah.
to every event from Friday until Saturday, you saw NXT TakeOver, which
Right.
is like 2 or 3 hours. The Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which had to be about 4 hours. The pre-show plus WrestleMania, which was like 27 hours. Or no, closer to like 7 hours. Yeah. And then Monday Night Raw the next night, which was another 3 hours. It'd be way too much for that weekend. I don't know how anybody could watch one single body slam after that. And I'm a huge fan. Oh, I'm a huge fan. But I'm a huge fan. I don't know how anybody could watch one single body slam after that. So yes, WrestleMania, by the time The Rock came out to do his thing, it was like 20 minutes away from being like at the 4-hour mark. And like Raw sometimes goes overtime, but WrestleMania like never goes overtime. Like they are 4 hours and they stick to it. But this, someone messed up the timing, and someone just put way too much in it. Someone's like, "Oh, we have to have this, and we have to have this, and we have to have this."
Yeah.
And they just kept adding stuff and adding stuff. One thing I will mention, I was very happy to see DDP in the Battle Royal.
I thought he was gonna win.
DDP was there. Yeah, because you're like, he can't go over the top rope. It's like an Iron Sheik thing when he was at WrestleMania 17, and he had to win the gimmick Battle Royal because he couldn't get thrown over the top rope. So DDP was in the Battle Royal. Tatanka was in there with no introduction at all.
Nope,
he was
just a huge, fat Native American man in the ring.
The funny thing is, he's been that size for like 10 years. Like, he had like a kind of a resurgence in WWE a long time ago, but he was always like, it's like, oh, he's just a big tub of man now. Wonderful. Who else is in there from the alumni standpoint? No one else really. And then Shaq comes out for no reason because, they're in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas loves Shaq, right?
Sure.
Yeah, everyone's a big fan of Shaq. And Shaq got in there and
that's his hometown, though, isn't it?
Is it actually? All right,
yeah.
Then I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. But the show had some moments, but yeah, I'd say overall, I'm not surprised Alex didn't like it, and especially with those guys who don't really watch the product.
Well, I think the guys that you really have, like who you really hoped would carry the thing, the Shane and Taker match had a lot of moments, but it was a really slow match. I mean,
yeah, and
that
most of
bump off
Undertaker's
the cage was huge.
Yeah,
obviously.
most of Undertaker's matches have been like that. And I think that lends to his longevity that he wrestles such a slow style.
Once a year.
Once a year.
Ambrose and Lesnar seemed like it ended 10 minutes too soon.
Which is
speaking of a show that went way too long.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
match ends too soon.
That was
and AJ Styles and Chris Jericho were just a little bit off to really be a classic match.
Yeah,
and the opening ladder match too, especially with what happened on Raw, just made no sense to me.
Yes.
I mean,
what happened
some good
on Raw?
spots in that. Well, Zack Ryder won, and then at WrestleMania, and then immediately lost the title on Monday Night Raw to Miz.
Thanks to the return of Maurice, which I think everyone was really clamoring for. Maurice was the winner of the Diva Search in 2006, and she was a former Divas champion. And she is Miz's wife, IRL. That's
she's
in
not
real
Nadia?
life. She's not Nadia, not Nydia.
Nydia. Jamie Noble Nydia.
Who's at the Hall of Fame, by the way. I saw a shot of her in there. But, so what else? Oh, the women's match I really enjoyed.
Oh, Charlotte's moon. Yeah, that was probably the show stealer. Charlotte's moonsault to the outside was insane to me.
Was insane.
She was excited after she hit it. She was just like, yeah.
And I was very glad they came out with a women's title and they got rid of the Divas belt.
When they unveiled it, she's like, "Now here's the women's championship," and I was like, "I don't get it. They already have women's wrestlers and a belt, but they had a horrible Divas title that was winged and purple, and
they had a women's championship
sexist.
before."
Yeah, and now
they had a
the
Divas
one thing
title.
that bothers me is like now she'll be the first ever women's champion, and I'm like, oh, you guys had a women's championship like 5 years ago. They used to have two.
Like Alundra Blaze won it.
Oh,
They were never called Divas then.
No, Alundra Blaze threw the title in the garbage, and then at their Hall of Fame induction last year, she pulled it out. She's like, "Here it is."
They were like, "Good."
Yeah,
We're
and then my recording actually of the main event cut out, but I did see the end, but it was
You're recording. Oh, you didn't watch it live?
No, I did record it. I recorded it on the PVR, but my roommate was away. He was on the road doing his show, and then he came back, and I was like, I think it cut off before the end, man. Like I recorded 4.5 hours. I thought that would be enough.
Not a good.
That was a bad way to end it.
Well, I mean, it was a slow show, and then you just had it's like WrestleMania 18. It's like here's the show, and then we're just gonna have a basic
Triple H match
clean
at the end.
main event, which just wins with the spear, and that's it.
It's kind of like how WrestleMania 25 went down too. It was like this big show, and after Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Then it was Triple H against Randy Orton, which was just a match.
Yeah, and then at the same time, well, Triple H was main event a lot of WrestleManias, but then at the same time, I guess the Shane McMahon leap probably took everything out of the crowd, but there wasn't really that classic match that could really be like, oh, that stole the show, and took like you had the opportunity to steal the show at the main event. There wasn't anything that was like, you know what, we have no chance here. We just had Steamboat, or we just had Rock and Hogan from WrestleMania 18. Like you just have your moment was there, and it just they weren't ever going to beat it anyway.
No, they weren't. And we'll see where they go. It's cool that AJ is the #1 contender now for the title.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Flip Reigns. Reigns has to turn heel.
He's got to. He's the most hated guy in the company right now.
Yeah.
Everyone just detests him. Did Bill Simmons, by the way, say anything about his experience on the weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole podcast about it.
Because he was sitting, like, I could imagine, like, sitting, like, right at ringside where he was for a show that long.
Like that shot of him, too, with the Pat's
Patriots
cell phone cover.
It's
so
and
good.
People like, boo!
Yeah, he was, like, right behind the announce table because he had a video of Shane's fall that he tweeted, and he was, like, right
He was
there
right
with
behind it.
Yeah.
He can get hit by a piece of debris from the table.
Nah.
Other highlights, it was good to see Shawn take his shirt off. I was glad to see that. Shawn Michaels still looking very in shape.
Little HGH or whatever he's doing, but he's looking very good.
HGH for HBK.
Yeah.
And to see Steve and Mick. And then John Cena comes back. And apparently he's still not cleared for another couple of months. But he's just there. And then on Raw, Cesaro came back, which is good to see as well. That he's back in the fold after so many guys get injured. So it's trending up. We'll see where they go. But
It'd be nice when Rollins comes back. Cause
yes, it will be.
The only thing I don't like about Rollins is because he's a heel, he loses that. When the Shield started turning face, he became their like high flyer, very athletic. And as a
heel, he can't do that
because
the crowd will be into it.
Far too over. So
yeah, so he could come back as a face though. I think people legitimately like him. In retrospect, anyway, that was my brief interlude about WrestleMania.
See, it wasn't so bad, was it?
I'm going to talk more than you did.
I'll be flying out to Orlando next year for WrestleMania 33. Actually, NXT's coming up to the Pacific Northwest in May, but I'm going to miss it. They're doing Seattle, Tacoma, and Portland. But I'd very much like to see an NXT show, so I'm glad they're on the road. And I'm glad they're calling up the kids because they got a lot of room in NXT for guys coming up in that performance center. What else, guys? I'd say that's probably right. It's probably the show.
Yeah, we nailed it.
I think we did. I think we did good. I think I did the best, obviously. Out of everybody. No, I thought I was the best one.
Yeah.
And if you want to tell me how good I am, you can tell me on Twitter, and I'm on Twitter at William C. Vaughn. And if you want to tell Matt how good I am, then you can follow Matt on Twitter at
MP Vaughn.
Yeah. And then if you want to tell Alex how good I am, he already knows, but you can tell him. He's on Twitter at
Evaunix, EVAUGHANICS.
Studio
apartment.
2 letters. Hey, we'll be back next week when this podcast downloads to your devices automatically because you subscribed and liked us on iTunes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Mom and Dad. We appreciate that.
Check out Squared Circle Apparel on Facebook.
Check him out. Oh. Shout out to Pavel Datsuk, retiring after the playoffs this year, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the Wings. 25 years in a row, they've made the playoffs.
The Leafs?
The Leafs. 25 years in a row, they've missed the playoffs. Yeah.
Almost.
Shame.
All right, we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Later, kids.
Bye.
Bye.